Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, O Lord, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. So our summer secular song series, that's why I've officially titled it after 2 months, continues on today. Another great song. We listened to this song at our Bible studies this week, and we listened to the full rock version of this song. It's a newer song, Demons by Imagine Dragon. And then we listened to this acoustic version of it, which is just the four of them, two of them playing acoustic guitar and then an acoustic bass guitar. And it was pretty overwhelming between both Bible studies that the acoustic version was the way to go for Sunday morning consumption here. The words are a little bit easier to hear, and it's not quite so driving and intense as the more rock version was. So we're going to listen to Imagine Dragons acoustically. Some of you may have heard this song on the radio in its full rock version, so this will be a little bit different twist on it. Personally, I always love it when musicians can take a real hard rock song and just boil it down to just voices and acoustic guitars. So here's Imagine Dragons, Demons. Do many of you know that song? A few of us. I have to say I was quite glad when someone picked that song for this summer music sermon series. It was kind of one of those songs that got me thinking about even doing this. It was a song that I heard one day and I felt like it could be an amazing sermon. Actually, the first time I heard it, I was driving down the road, and I'm a person that doesn't listen to the lyrics very closely. I'm much more apt to be listening for the melody or what the instruments are doing or the quality timbre of the lead singer's voice. But when I heard this song this time I was driving, I remember I was driving on the way to the hospital to visit someone, and this song came on, and I had to pull off the side of the road and just soak it in and emote to it. It was just such a powerful set of lyrics to this song. And so I've heard this song a number of times, and it's kind of the beauty of this song and songs in general and art is it gives us the opportunity to live into something, and sometimes they can put words to emotions or things that are going on inside of us that we would not normally be able to articulate. This song in particular really resonates with me. And so it shines light onto my world, into my story in a way that I had not imagined before I heard this song. For a long time before I heard this song, I was trying to find words or language to understand some of the things I was struggling with and some of the things that I knew people here at House of Prayer were struggling with. And then I heard this song, and it just seemed to speak to those struggles using the word demons. This song for me is kind of like the poetry of some of the Psalms or some of the other great soliloquies that we find within the Scriptures. It's like these moments when you come to a psalm and it just speaks the truth that's in your heart for that time and that place. And all you want to do is just keep reading those words over and over again. I know I have a friend that the Magnificat is her thing. She loves the Magnificat. And so she just reads Mary's Magnificat over and over again, especially in times of trouble or when she's overwhelmed with things. And this song is like one of those moments from the Scriptures. It could have easily been pulled out of one of those moments. The poetry of this song seems like it could well have fit into the context of the Jesus stories. The word demon pops up all the time in Jesus' day-to-day going-ons. It's prevalent in Jesus' stories. Jesus is regularly dealing with demons, people that are entrapped by demons. He casts out demons. He speaks to demons. He battles with demons. He struggles with his own demons on the night of his betrayal in Gethsemane. We'll come back to that moment. So when I listen to this song, Demons, I begin with the singular premise that this is a song that every one of us can relate to. Every one of us in this space knows demons. I'm not the only one. You all know demons. Maybe not demons in that there are these little beings that go around and cause trouble in the world, like we've kind of stereotypically been taught that demons are. But we know demons in that they are these things that pull us away from living life to its fullest. There are things in our life and parts of us that are demonic in that they push us away from the vision that God has for us. and they push us toward sadness, anger, hurt. I mean, obvious demons in our world are things like the abuse of drugs, the abuse of alcohol, people that are abusive, gambling, the abuse of money, the abuse of food. But demons can be a lot more subtle than just those big ones. Demons can be things like mental illness. Demons can be things like dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with the loss of someone you love. Demons can show up in life in the midst of simple things like raising your family, watching your parents age, or simply dealing with our own aging, the changes of life. Demons can be found at work. Demons can be in our neighbors. We can even have demons in our family. And so there are two realities in this song that I think are powerful and beautiful. And the first is that the poet, the singer of this song, desires to be upfront and transparent about his demons. He sings, "I want to hide the truth. I want to shelter you. But with the beast inside, there's nowhere we can hide." And then later he sings, "When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Don't get too close. It's dark inside. It's where my demons hide." He speaks it. It seems like we generally live in a world of fakeness where we don't speak it. We don't own up to ourselves. We don't own up to our struggles. We're taught from a young age to hide our demons. If you're crying, just stop. Get over it. If you have problems, just keep them to yourselves. Don't let others see that stuff. Keep the struggles of our family in the house. Don't let other people know our business. Internalize our struggles and our demons. We were either told those things literally or we kind of picked them up implicitly. Dealing with our demons like that in ways of isolation are so destructive to us. Isolation is the breeding ground for demons. In every moment of the Scriptures where Jesus encounters demons, he commands them to come out, to be exposed, to be seen for who they really are and what they really are. He pulls the demons out of isolation inside people and reveals them to the world. To begin, for us working through our demons, we must name them and be honest about them. We must be willing to offer them out. Second thing that is beautiful about this song, the poetry of this song, is that he realizes that as he calls out his demons, he must rely on somebody else. He cannot go it alone. Salvation does not lie within. All through the poetry of the song, it is clear he is wrestling with these demons with another person. Part of him wants to offer to the other person all that is going on inside of him, the depths of the demons. And yet part of him isn't quite wanting to go there. He wants the other person to be distant, unscathed, unhurt. Don't get too close. It's dark inside. But then the last paragraph of the last verse before the final refrain, he says, "Your eyes, they shine so bright. I want to save that light. I can't escape this now unless you show me how." We talked a lot in Bible study about who you might be. God, a significant other. I like to think that maybe it's a child. You see, the escape hatch is giving up control. The way out of our demon possession is by relying on somebody else. The only way through is by letting go. And this shouldn't be a shocker to us faith people. The way to healthy living is by giving up control. I mean, that's the first commandment. You know the first commandment. I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods. AKA, let God be God. You are not God. God is God. The demons that we struggle with stand in contrast to the first commandment. We let them control us rather than allowing God to be in control. Or we move forward with the idea that we can solve our own problems, that we can deal with these demons ourselves. I'll just make them go away. I'll take this medicine and they'll stop. I'll do this action and this will fix itself. The first commandment invites us to let go, to relinquish. The first commandment invites us to let go of control and allow God to be God. Again, that moment in Gethsemane, Jesus is there by himself praying. The disciples are away and sleeping. He knows what he must do the next day, and he desires not to do it. He pleads. He implores, take this cup from me. The demons near him pull him to an easier way. Just don't do it, Jesus. Just walk away. A way of less pain, a way that does not involve death. He doesn't want to do it. However, in the end, he relents. And he says beautifully in Matthew 26, verse 39, he says, "My Father, if it were possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet, not what I want, but what you want." And then again at verse 42, "My Father, if this cannot pass unless I drink it, your will be done." I can almost imagine Jesus laying on the ground with hands clenched saying these words, and as he says them, his hands unclenching. "My Father, if this cannot pass unless I drink it, your will be done." So one of our faithful Bible study people this week reflected on this song, Demons, and said, "This is such a negative song. Where is the hope?" The hope, friends, is beyond me. It is beyond you. The hope is in each other. The hope is in the neighbor, the one sitting next to us, the one in whose life their eyes shine so bright. The hope is in the one in your life who will walk with you and show you how. The hope, friends, is in the God who is God, so we don't have to be. All we have to do is let go of the demons. This is my kingdom come. Amen.